my version of pork in lettuce. There's several variations of that. It can be Chinese, it can be seen as Vietnamese. There's several versions, as I said. I'm using pork mince. If you wanted to add a carbohydrate to this, I tend to use pasta or spaghetti, which I use as noodles. It's perfectly good as noodles, and pan fry it with vegetables, or just have it on the side with a bit of oil. It's entirely up to you. Wok today, but you can use a deep-sided frying pan or a large frying pan. I'm adding a tablespoon of oil. I'm preparing an onion today. I'm going to chop it finely because the mince is going to be chopped down and I don't really want to see the onion at all. I'm only going to add half an onion because I'm going to finish this off today with spring onion. So crack it with a knife so it makes it much easier to peel. Remove the skin. Take the end off like so. And then we're going to do really small chops. I'm going to add some chili. I'm not going to use my fingers because I might touch my eye later and that would hurt. I'm going to use a teaspoon. I'm going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of chili. You can always add it, you can't take it away. So if it's not hot enough, you can add some chili sauce whilst you're eating it. I'm also going to add some dried ginger. I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of that as well. If you've got some five spice, that's also something you could add, Chinese five spice. Prepare my spring onions for afterwards before I get cooking. So just to show you how to do that, we're going to peel the outer leaves off like so. Now the bit you want, they're a bit like mini leeks. So we're going to take off those leaves. You can actually use as much of this as you can. So just the scraggly bits you can throw away, but the greenery is great. So you're going to slice it into rings. On low, like so. I'm actually using a large metal spoon because when you're cooking with a wok, you need to move the food around rapidly so it doesn't burn because it can get very hot. And we're going to start softening the onions and the garlic. In the meantime, I'm going to open up my fork. You could use turkey as well, minced turkey, that's quite popular. Give that a stir, you can hear it starting already. I'm actually going to move it onto a smaller ring. You're just going to separate out my mince because it's all together and it will have a piece of paper underneath it, so I want to remove that to reduce food poisoning contamination. Close eye on the contents of your wok because it will cook very quickly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to pop it in. So I'm going to put my meat inside the wok, breaking it up as I drop it in. Now I'm going to just move it around the pan like so I can brown the bottom. To brown my meat, I'm moving my wok to the higher ring, to a higher heat, so it's a quicker process, so the meat doesn't dry out, it just goes lovely and brown. As you can see, it doesn't really go brown as much as it just changes from a pink to like a grey colour, because pork isn't such a red meat like mince beef or lamb. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a good dash of soy sauce. I've got a light soy sauce here, and I'm just going to now turn the heat up, and I'm going to drive off some of this liquid through evaporation. So I'll let this sit here for a minute, turn it up a bit and drive off some of that liquid. In the meantime, I have washed my hands, and I'm going to remove the outer leaves of my iceberg lettuce. And then what I try to do is to remove the core. I tend to hit it like so on my board, and I should be able to lift the core out quite easily, like so. And what I'd like to do is I want to get some of the leaves, try to be as whole as possible to create the wrap for my mince. Now I'm going to cut it in half after I've peeled off the not so fresh leaves, like so. And then I'm going to remove some of the leaves, so you're going to use these as wraps for your pork. So they come away quite easily like that. They don't have to be perfect. So I've done my leaves like so. My pork is like so. Give it a quick taste to make sure it's seasoned okay. So I've turned my pork off. It's got quite dry, as you can see. It's not got any liquid in it, but it's still actually moist. I'm going to just sprinkle on my spring onions. That gives it some colour and some added texture and nutrition. I'm also going to, in my pestle and mortar, I like peanuts with mine. It gives a contrasting flavour. It gives a nice saltiness and nice crunchiness to the wraps. So what I like to do is I like to break them up. I'm just going to break them up in a pestle and mortar. So to make them up, I would put this in the middle of the table. I'd give the lettuce leaves in the middle of the table. And you get to spoon your own out. Then what I'm going to do is sprinkle some peanuts on the top like so, and then there you have it.